Hello, and welcome back to another thrilling edition of Decompression Session, where we just take a second to calm the heck down after a truly cinematic, wildly thrilling episode of Unaccompanied Miners, Season 1, Episode 7. All of you are still alive. None of you are doing okay. Each of you has had absolutely unbelievable scenes. I am agog. I am aghast. How are each of you feeling? Just let's do a quick check-in here. Yeah, just actor check-in. I mean.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I like watching other people's scenes, sweat in my pits. Doing my own scene, sweat in my pits. Like, it was just like decisions were being made, and they were all so questionable. And it was so exciting to be in the middle of it.
This was just a great day for anyone making a not moral choice.
Yes.
It felt so good.
I know this isn't built into the game, but somehow this particular season has rewarded all bad decisions and punished all good decisions. And if that isn't the most mothership thing I've ever heard, it's just bananas. How are you two doing? Jeez Louise, look at this.
I hate this game. Yeah. I don't want to roll ever again.
Like,
And this is after I switched your dice out.
You didn't switch him out, man.
Did I?
I'm still getting the same bad luck from last time.
We have our little games.
Yeah.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, this game rocks. Like, I'm feeling real emotions. This game, and that means that this game and story is killer.
And so are these dice by Flying Horse Duck. Hey, David, and your team over at Flying Horse Duck, thanks for making these exquisite 60-sided D10s, percentile, panic dice. We love having you as a partner, and I am using this as a clean segue back into the decompression session. Anwar?
Cameron.
I'm not going to apologize because I haven't done anything wrong.
No. You just gave me...
I do need to make a composure save after the way you said my name. Okay. I'm going to make it. 23.
Okay. Yeah, how am I feeling? I am not well. I'm happy my stress is down, but...
Quick thinking with the drinking at the very least. You're like,
I was like...
The answers are at the bottom of the bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just like, jokingly... I said to you, Eddie should have been a bad guy. Things would have turned out so much better. But
I agree.
yeah, I've had
the dark
fun
side, yeah.
watching you succeed. I've been scared to death watching you succeed. And
you two were about to be the big damn heroes, and then horse.
that's the one thing. I will take that. We think we killed the horse with a 69. That is my highlight of the episode.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's just been all downhill. So we'll see where next week's takes us. We're still alive. No one's wounded.
You are
She's almost wounded.
gonna get
The
squished.
thing is, I'm on the way to do the thing. Like, I am on the way into the mines with a bodyguard and 10 armor. I know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm okay with that, because if I, like, also, like, I found out my mentor is also, like, a fraud, likely, which I have to, well, I found it from UB40. She told me that
She said
she doesn't trust her background. She doesn't trust. So she doesn't think that her, and this is her talking to me honestly.
yeah.
After she spent all that time with Valentine.
Yeah.
she's-
So I feel like I will have to process sort of
Okay,
some
'cause
more.
I
I haven't
like-
done that yet, but I'm
yeah.
this is what I found out during this episode was I found out that my mentor is potentially a problem.
I don't think fraud is the right word. Maybe a liar, because it's like somebody you've admired for so long.
So fraudulent, because they're saying that she is somebody that she's maybe not. It's like she said it was under false, maybe a false identity, which is fraudulent.
I'm asking
Yeah.
you, so you're trusting UB40's word
After
over...
I sprayed her with my stuff, yeah. I am.
But like,
I have control.
But it's just like if you were to spray me, hypothetically, if I'm an android, and I tell you what I believe, you're still gonna think
But-
like
She probably told me
But Cameron said that like, since in Mothership there's no, like, check for for deception, that whatever anybody says, like, Cameron's gonna say if they're lying or if they're truthful.
Or
right?
or if you're lying to them, I might not tell you how they react. Like, it's like, so yes, NPCs, I'm gonna give you generally, like, you can be like, this guy's full of bullshit. But on your end, if you're like, I'm gonna successfully lie to this person. If it's a really stressful situation, we'll do a composure save, but that's more
Right.
about how you're doing inwardly.
Yeah.
You'll just have to see what happens
Yeah.
long term. Like, we still aren't quite sure what cloning that card has meant for you.
Yeah.
And there will be some things like that just have like long term problems. So yes, everything you're saying is absolutely right. Yeah. I think that's just a really cool facet about the system.
But yeah, no, that I think India has covered a lot of ground. She's building her army and trying to do what she needs to do so that I think her plans, like the deflation is definitely here because she's found out new information. She's trying to figure out like what exactly is her plan.
Yeah.
Because her whole thing has been Dr. Kapoor. That may be different now. There's a censor. They're in danger. Like there's a lot of information that she's sort of having to process. And I'm curious to see if India will still toe the line of being a hero to some and a villain to others.
You've managed to skate on a lot of things. I don't think UB40 is ever gonna, if they get out of this on the other side, forgive you for this.
That's fine.
But in a powerless situation, you've become quite powerful.
India and Mutt are literally like out of a movie. Villains.
I got my himbo. We talked about Yzma the last one, and now I got my crop. I acquired my crop.
Yeah, you're full Cersei Lannister with a mountain.
I acquired my crop. I needed a big dumb guy beside me. I got my big dumb guy beside me.
We need that episode though where you're like run naked through the streets and they're like, shame, shame.
So yeah, I got my Kronk. I feel good about that.
It's just wild. You killed your sensei in a duel.
That felt so good.
That was so awesome.
After getting
Do you realize the improbability of getting through that, like, with all of your limbs intact, much less alive?
Can we just acknowledge how he survived death like
That's
four
good
times,
for you,
and then
yeah.
now has killed Chance?
he's a survivor at the end of the day.
And you killed your rescuer.
Yeah.
And abuser.
And abuser. Yeah. So it's like
Hey,
Abusers are hard.
he's a pirate.
exactly.
And yeah.
I love the double standard here. He's cool. He's a pirate because he killed someone.
It's fine, I'm a
I
pirate.
put a couple of people under a little bit of mind control, and I'm the bad guy. Okay.
I would wear an "It's fine, he's a pirate" hat.
It's fine. I'm a
Are you
pirate.
denying that you're the villain?
I'm just saying.
That India's the
Let's
villain?
make sure
He's
that
misunderstood.
we're all a little villainous.
And it's
don't
so
deny
like
that.
so few villains are like, I'm the bad guy. That's just a Billie Eilish thing. That's not people who are actively doing bad things so rarely think that they're on the wrong side of history.
But like I see like I'm more of a Prince Zuko where you're like a Fire Lord Ozai. Like there's just no denying the evilness there.
On Lover's Rock, everything was fine until the Fire Nation attacked.
That's my thought.
I'm
but-
beyond done.
Yeah. Clear over my head. So I didn't even get that insult. So,
It wasn't an insult.
oh, okay. Whatever.
No,
it is,
it was
I didn't
lamer
get
than an
it.
insult. That was really great. Yeah, so flying high, both of you have just like endless prospects in front of you. Mm-hmm. You were in agony trying to figure out what decision to make today.
There were a lot of really difficult decisions. Oh, man. I'm feeling like a war is coming.
And you're leading the charge.
You have the most firepower on the base right now.
I'm the strongest one on the base.
That's what I
As long as you're in the ship, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the ship.
I'm in the ship. I am the ship now.
Yeah, he's in a fighter craft.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know.
Unless you're attracted
I don't
to
know
power.
And it's cool because it has limitations too, right? Like in the sky, you're very dangerous, or even just like parked and pointed at something. And so much of this game is going to be underground, possibly. And so, yeah.
That was my initial plan for dealing with Chance. I'm like, I was gonna get in the ship and just like turn it around facing at the door, and the second he came out, shoot. I didn't expect him to say.
You rolled that 4, and so I was like, oh yeah, he was close by. When you were
that's
like,
what
I'm
that
gonna
meant.
shit in your ship.
He's right there.
He was like, the hell he is. So yeah, you had like, I was just like counting down the minutes that took you to explain you getting to the thing, and it was just 1 minute off. So you're like, come and get me, and he was there.
I'm here. What'd you say?
You know what I was hoping you would do? It's just like, as he was standing at the base, you just start the engines and just as he. That would have been cool too, but
yeah,
I think
that'd
what
be
you
cute.
did was incredible.
I'm so glad it worked out.
Yeah.
I did not think it would.
Yeah, I was for sure you were going to die. You were just so outmatched in that situation.
Horses, though.
Horses? Horses?
What?
What?
Like this.
We have one random horse that shows up.
Yeah.
It's sawed, disperses, and then we do.
And how about that opening vignette?
Yeah, I'm like, what happened? You dragged 2 people in from being literally like curb stomped by a space horse.
Oh no, I mean
which is-
before that, the warp gate narrative.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The warp gate narrative.
Oh
that
my
seems like
gosh,
3
that
years
was
ago,
3
doesn't it?
years ago. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh.
In which we learned the secret identity of Dr. Kapoor and got a little glimpse into what they're trying to do. Which, any predictions on that? What's the...
Dr. Kapoor is one of the scientists from
The scientist.
The scientists, yeah. Like, she's over here trying to like undo it. I'm guessing, because
I wish it was that noble.
no,
Yeah.
undo it or try to harness the power of that thing. Because I think it was you that said that the thing in the middle might be the urchin we've all been seeing.
That was
I
my
told you that lady was
conspiracy
shady.
theory.
Shady lady.
Yeah,
That was my conspiracy
I
theory.
don't know. I mean, with Elmo getting up and just going down there, the weird horse thing. We still don't know where the captain is. Like, and then she's going to the other side of the asteroid with
Khan.
Dr. Khan.
Who doesn't know anything?
None of us know that's happening. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Amina's just...
She's just in for the ride.
Yeah.
Drugged
So
up.
far, the only people that have I wonder if like the horses affect
androids.
yeah. I wonder if they affect humans only. It'd be just so dangerous to find out.
I'm sure we will find out. I'm certain this won't be the last time we see a space horse.
I would hope. I would
Come on, go.
I was like, what's the scariest thing I could throw at them? And I was like, it can't, like, they're all expecting space worms, aliens, you know, some sort of like insectoid creature. Not a pony.
Yeah.
If I was in space and I just look out the window, it's just a horse, big ass head looking at me.
I'd wet myself immediately.
thing
Like,
ever.
yeah, I'd be scared by other things too in the normal way, but a horse, there's that extra layer of just...
They're also bigger than like they're big creatures too.
There's nothing scarier than a horse.
Like they're big
Yeah.
and they're intelligent, so it's definitely a stressful animal to be around.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like it was a horse, but like it was a weird. You said it was like kind of like a kid's drawing of a horse, so it wasn't even. It was like disfigured in a way.
Drawing a horse from memory.
Yeah, it also like slithered over the edge of the gulch.
Like you don't just see a horse go get up like that.
Yeah, as it just spider crawled its way up.
There's a lot of really difficult and time-sensitive decisions to make. And a lot of things were going through my mind. So, like, you always want to stay true to your character. But they're also, like, they're, as beings, like, with emotions, a lot has been thrown at them in a very little amount of time. So I was thinking, like, in the maintenance bay, like, they are stable. Everyone there is in stable condition for the moment. The immediate danger was like Darius and Bruce. There was nothing more that I personally Gracie could do for them medically, without guessing. And UB40 was still like healing, right? UB40 was still
Yeah, let her do her job.
And then like
Kind.
India is like she's fully casting the Imperious curse on people, and that is an unforgivable curse.
Yeah,
So
but this isn't Harry Potter.
I would never forgive her for that, as it is unforgivable.
Sure.
Yeah, until you run into a face-to-face friend.
But it's not like she's killing people.
But you've seen her true colors now.
But I've seen her true colors. So she's not like, Gracie doesn't think she's a killer. And
She pointed a gun at me, man.
And I didn't kill you. I pointed a gun.
You
and
didn't tell me.
India pointed a gun.
I
and
did
she
say that.
And
Did you?
Wait,
Yeah.
India didn't even point the gun.
When I was
Pointed the gun at you.
your friend, the evil lady,
Where's the
pointed
anger
a
from
gun
us?
at me.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I feel like before it was like, for your two relationship, like India was just mean. Like,
Yeah.
But there's like we said, like before this episode, there's no like actual bad actions that you've done. Like it's been all for not
Yeah, I
great
guess-
reasons, but there's never been something that's like, oh, that's bad. So you.
But I guess now she has threatened deadly force.
Yes, and yeah, and
Did
what,
I threaten
and what,
deadly force?
You pointed a
Are you
gun
trying
at
to
me.
like gaslight the other actors, or is this more of a?
If I would have moved, Mutt would have shot me.
No. People point guns at people. They don't
Now
always
she's
intend to
calling
shoot
you
people.
a chicken.
Yeah, they don't always. It's to make you believe I would shoot you. It doesn't mean I was. You don't know if I was actually intending to shoot you.
But you would still get charged with the crime.
In my wildest dreams,
It's like it's not
staying in
it's not
court.
the
You're in
victim's
space,
fault.
yeah.
It's not the victim's fault.
for not being shot.
for not
yeah.
or for not knowing whether somebody pointing a gun at them.
Maybe if he didn't
intends
dress
to
so
shoot.
shootable.
yeah, like don't be so shooty.
She punched me in the face. She's riding around in a war machine, and she pointed a gun at me.
Yeah,
I
boo-boo.
have every right to
Battle
believe.
lines are drawn.
Boo-boo,
Yeah, that
cry me
she
a
would have
river.
shot
And
me.
like Gracie's thinking like, how can I most be helpful? Like, do I go and charge and meet physical force with physical force, which is not how Mothership wants you to play, because combat is punishing, or do I go
Well, not for them.
right? But because combat is punishing in Mothership for those who are not trained in combat. So do I go link up with the guy who's trained in combat, present these choices, and let him choose of his own volition what he would like to do? Because from Gracie's perspective, she's gonna do some computer shit and meet great mind with great mind.
I have a special announcement.
Okay.
These are the gold stars that we might probably order soon.
So you haven't even ordered them?
It says $6.95, Cameron. $6.95.
They're lost in shipping.
It says free delivery tomorrow.
And
Order within 6 hours.
we want to thank our Patreon subscribers. We just need $6.95 to get these gold stars going right now. Just something to consider if you want to see gold stars in future episodes. But I wanted to just treat you to a glimpse at what could be yours tangibly, but that we can imagine collectively as we choose. And this episode is hard. Y'all all had incredible scenes. So who's the MVP? Who roleplayed the hardest? Who had the most clutch things? I don't know if I can decide on my own.
Only because it was so flippin' wild. You did a lot of crazy stuff, like beyond crazy stuff, but killing Chans, never in a million years. Like, I've played role-playing games before. Like, this is like final
David and
boss.
Goliath.
Yeah.
Like, no chance in hell.
Like, we've seen you try to punch him before on a, like, was it a critical success? And he's just like, no.
Bounced off him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the line, I'm gonna shit on your ship.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
When in doubt.
what's the most disrespectful thing that I can say to this man?
Wow, fucking up his gun.
Fucking up the
The
gun.
S. When you said I'm carving something, I'm like, please, please.
You
please.
shot him in the head with your newfound weapon, cool S.
Crossed out the old sketching of the name.
And you messed up the name.
Melinda. Yeah, it'd be funny if you were just pulling at
Natalie.
India and you're like, it says Merlin. Oh, okay.
But yeah,
One vote
yours
for-
is just. If he didn't do that, it was you.
One vote for Barry.
I'm going for India. The way you just kept spraying, the way that it worked on
That
Mutt,
is true also.
And then then UB40, I was like, oh well, this it can't work twice, and it worked twice. It's just the army building that she is doing right now, and like In fact, in the lab, you just figure your thing out like
Yeah.
instantly. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, wasn't that supposed to take 2 days?
Yeah. No, I didn't figure out the full plan. So I have a small batch version.
We got together before this game,
that
and she was
can
like, I
use-
can't take 2 days to do this.
Yeah, I was like, so it's a small version that will only last for a small amount of time.
Because
Or
you were
11
before we're going to
hours.
go like full Batman villain and poison the
Yeah, I
environmental
was.
control.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was. But then I wanted to get back out and, kind of move around. And so something that's temporary, but enough time. I
Yeah.
just lucked out with the rolls.
Those were insane.
yeah.
The dice want so much evil out of
And
you
I
in
love
this
that
game.
for them. I love that for the dice.
Thanks, David.
No, because we all want
thank you, David.
chaos, and I love that they are in cahoots.
Now, I don't want to give you ideas. Just curious of how your substance
She doesn't need any more, man.
works. Is it a one-time thing? Is it like 11 hours, like 10 hours have passed, you can spray them and it lasts another 11 hours? Or do we not know this?
I think I don't know that I've made a ton of this. I'm
Okay.
If you still have that gun and these opportunities in 11 hours, I'm not doing
That's
my
what
job.
I'm saying. So I I'm treating it like I have 1 bullet left.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just curious.
So, yeah.
Yeah. If none of you do anything to stop this madness in 11 hours, what's happening here? So
We have failed you.
we have 1 vote for India, 1 vote for Barry.
I left it up to the dice, and the dice chose India.
Wow.
Then I choose India. Whatever you were gonna choose, I was gonna choose. So I
Oh,
was waiting
wow.
for you to say. If you said Barry, I would have said Barry.
Yeah.
But since you said India, I choose India.
But it's just the dice.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fine, yeah.
I leave it up to the dice.
Flying
Sorry.
horse duck.
The dice chose me again.
This has been a sensational episode of Unaccompanied Miners. We love doing this. It's just an act of love that we do this, and if you love it too, the best way you can show us is with cold, hard credits. So please consider doing that, and or just sending thoughts and prayers to these poor spacefaring youths as they do their best to hold up against the darkness of the void. We'll see you next time on the Panic Table. Say bye. 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 Space.
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 We'll see you next time.